The experience is we actually got more participants than we had anticipated, considering that we have gone through the 2 years of COVID where we couldn't play. We had hoped to at least have 80 players, but we ended up with 132. And so we are happy about that, and we are hoping that we'll be able to grow the numbers to the before COVID-19, because in 2019 we had 176 players. That's why we would like to get back to. I can't say it was difficult because it's something that we've been doing for 19 years now. So we know exactly what the expectation from the participants are. So it was not difficult to put it together, except that to try to excite them to come back here was a bit of a challenge. What was different was we normally play NEDBANK Mohokare Golf Classic in October, but because we've been away for almost 2 years, we brought the dates closer to March, which they are not used to. And so it took some convincing for them to come in March, not October. The objective is to go back to the numbers that we had before COVID. Like I said, in 2019 we had 176. So we hope to at least attract 180 players.
This year's tournament was great and challenging at the same time, in that this year the weather is a little bit unreliable. However, this past 2 days have been good to us, and we saw our golfers really enjoying the challenge. Most of them were complaining about the mud and the terrain and things of that nature, but they were excited as well. So that is one of the key highlights for the tournament. But more importantly, the numbers were really good. People really attended in good numbers, and our clients and spectators were here to support the event. Coupled with also other partners who came through to really support the event, including car dealers, amongst others, insurance companies. So really, the event has been bigger than the other years. So one of the biggest things that I'm looking at is trying to have more activities for our audience, our spectators, people who are out there, because at times, as people are playing, as golfers are playing, we need to make sure that there are enough activities out there so that people who just come in, who love golf, can enjoy themselves as they are in the environment. So that is one of the other biggest things that I'm looking at. I'm looking at other interesting things also for the youth. Things like video games around golf, and things of that nature. But on top of that, it's about scaling. It's about scaling the event and making sure that we've got more and more, partners and supporters in the event, so that we can really scale the event to be bigger than the way it is. We always learn from the other activities also that are happening, or golf events that are happening outside the country. So we are also willing to learn more from those environments and incorporate whatever we can to make our event even a bigger event. So I'd like to thank everybody who has made the event a success. All the way from the planning, from all the partners, the media, everybody else who has been here, the golfers themselves who came through from different environments. Really to brace our environment to make it a success. So a big thank you to everybody, and we hope and believe that next year is going to be even bigger than it is this particular year. So thank you to each and every one of us who has really worked hard to make the event a success. We don't really have much words to showcase how grateful we are for the event, because it's really helping also to push our brand, but also mainly for the growth of the economy. I always say if we are working in a particular environment or in a country, it would not really make sense, to live there without really leaving an impact to Basotho. So really, that's the intent behind all our sponsorships, to make sure that we do good, to the communities that we serve, and we give back, as we run our course of business. So thanks once again to everybody for all your support.
Ebile matsatsi a mabedi a thata haholo. Bothata bo boholoholo ke hore golf e sentse e le thata ke ya pele. Ya bobedi ke hore maemo a lehodimo ha ba matle ka hore mabala a na le metsi. Jwale dibolo di sa tsamaye ho latela hore na o rutuwe hore di tla tsamaya jwang. Jwale ho na le nako eo ne o se o tlameha hore wena o le motho o sebedise bohlale ba hao, o kgawane le hore na ha o nepaetse ke ha ho etsahala jwang. But all in all and generally, this has been the toughest 2 days in my experience as a golfer. Golf is difficult because it's one of those tricky mind games in which you can go for coaching, you can meet the best coach, you can meet the world-class coach, but at the end of the day, when you address the ball, it's all about you. It's all about how you hit the ball, not what kind of caliber is your coach. Ke a pele. Le leng la bobedi ke la hore ya fapana ka matsatsi. O ntso bapala lebala lena ke etsa mohlala la Maseru Golf Club, re le bapala ka mehla. Empa ha ona tla ka score se tshwanang. Ka baka la ya pele e ka nna ba maemo a lehodimo. Ya bobedi e ka nna ba mental condition kapa stability sa hao sa tsatsi leno. It's various factors that can affect your level of game in any day, any time you come here to play. That is why re bapala Maseru Golf Club, the only golf course we have. But ha re borehe ke yona. Hobane ha ona mohla bolo ya hao e tla dula mo ene dutse maobane. Ho na le mohla o tla ya o tla e be ha e tlohe tee boxing. O tlameha hore o shebe hore na ke bohlale bofeng bo ka bo sebedisang hore o no kgona ho score on that hole despite phoso eno o e entseng. Tsatsi le hlahlamang o tla e otla, tla fofo feta matsatsi ohle, o tla lo fihla greening ebile o tshehile. Tsatsi le leng hlile o tla tswa o sa score letho on that hole. I think due to commitments, mosebetsi, family and other commitments, I really never had time myself, and I believe other players did not have time. The major contributing factor ebile ya weather. You cannot play golf in a rainy weather because of safety issues. Nako nngwe ho tla bo le letolo ha o bapala ha o le letolo. Nako nngwe ho tla bo le metsi a qhitse ehlile a tsamaya ha ho bapale ha o le jwalo. That is to say, ho bile thata ho lokisetsa Mohokare ya 2022. Jwale ebile ha o no qala jwalo ka nna, you don't know what to expect. When you think you'll go as much as you want in terms of practicing, in terms of training, it's work commitment, it is the weather. So all in all, it hasn't been easy. I wish to thank the organizers, NEDBANK, and other co-sponsors. We really had 2 difficult days, but the logistics were all good. Everything was all intact. We never felt or we never stressed about other things. Our only duty for the 2 days was to stress about golf, was to stress about your individual game and not other ancillary logistics that will assist you play the tournament. And to Mohokare organizers, to more and more years, guys, you are a star.